Right, Whiplash, don't hit record until I'm in position. I don't want people to see me walking on and preparing myself.
Okay, Skeletor.
Right, hold on. Right. Here we go. You can hit record now. Greetings! If you haven't seen the show before, and you are wondering who I am Skeletor, you idiots. And this is my show, SkeleTalk, the series where I answer your questions. If you enjoy it, please, shh, it's the internet's best kept secret. Okay, let's begin. Now what? I changed my number last week to stop Chuck Norris calling me. Oh, great. Private number. Hello?
You're still a dickhead.
What? How dare you? Hello? Hello? Oh, brilliant. That's a good start. Right. Okay. Whiplash, bring up the first question.
Yes, Skeletor.
Right. Okay. I assume this is from Mimi Rogers.
Yes, Skeletor. She wants to know your favourite restaurant.
I can see that, Captain Obvious.
Has she asked that question before?
Well, there's a good chance of it. Right. Mimi, my favourite restaurant is still Vicious Fishes. It is a seafood restaurant that specialises in serving dead but previously dangerous sea animals. It is located in Blackshore and booking is essential. Thank you for the entertainment potential of that question. Jason Raphael Murdoch hilariously adds insult to injury by asking, in the style of Mimi Rogers, what am favourite car? Right, if you're new to the channel, I can assure you that the show is usually better than this. Jason, I do not like cars unless they are the Ecto-1 or the General Lee. Whiplash, leave that picture up there for a few moments so we can justify using it in the thumbnail. Okay. Right, Whiplash, are there any more Mimi-level questions?
Yes, Skeletor.
Oh, of course there are. Right, I guess this has become a thing now. Who else is jumping on this bandwagon?
It's Daniel Herring, Skeletor.
Nah, I see. Well, he knows better.
Should I bring up the question, Skeletor?
Yes, why not? The episode is dead already. We might as well lean into it.
Okay, here it is.
Oh, I see. It's the same question Mimi had last week. Daniel, my favourite horror movie is, I don't know, Cheese on Toast in a Bush. Thank you, Daniel. I shall now award you with your very own graphic. Congratulations, you are now Daniel Herring. You may appeal this decision if you hate it. Thanks. Andrew writes, I heard you were cousins with Jack Skellington. Is that true? Maybe you can get some free tickets to Disneyland Eternia. Well, we are incredibly distant cousins in the sense that we both exist, but we are not at all related. We are, however, both valued clients of an exclusive prosthetic eye boutique in Connecticut. As for Disneyland, I would never attend any of their locations, even if they lifted my ban. Thanks, Andrew. Paul Wilson is wondering if I have any stories of pranks played on teachers during my school days. Oh, yes, plenty. I shall give 2 examples. One time, we were taking a history class. At the start, the teacher went into the small supply closet to fetch something. The idiot had left the closet key in the door, and I immediately identified the opportunity to lock her inside and swiftly carried out the idea. We spent the rest of the lesson listening to her crying softly in the dark closet. It was the last period of the day, so when the bell rang, I took the key from the door and we all went home. I don't know how long she was imprisoned there or how she was rescued. Later on that week, same teacher, same lesson, we had all organised ourselves to carry out a marvellous prank. Each time the teacher turned her back to write something on the blackboard, we all quickly, carefully and quietly moved our desks and chairs a few inches forward. After about half an hour, we were all crowded at the front of the class, with half the room empty behind us, and the teacher was visibly nauseous. Then, at my signal, we all started humming softly and stared at her like children of the corn. After about 45 seconds of this, her mind collapsed. She bolted out of the room and could be heard running along the hallway in search of help. We immediately returned our desks to their standard layout as if nothing had happened. She returned moments later with the geography teacher, and he began to shout at us despite being obviously confused. He accumulated white foam at the corners of his mouth, forever earning himself the nickname Corner Spunk. Thanks, Paul. Retro Toy Guy Sci writes, "You awake one morning to find your kitchen has an infestation of Daleks. Which version of the Doctor would you call to help exterminate them?" Well, I'm afraid I'm not really familiar enough with Doctor Who to be able to offer an informed opinion. Instead, I would fit each Dalek with a restraining bolt and keep them all for emergency entertainment. Thanks, Simon. Soda Cauldron asks, "Where did you go on your last bus journey? How long did it take? Did you look out of the window? And what did you see?" Well, that is 4 questions, and I will answer the second and fourth. The journey time was 40 minutes, during which time I saw a dog drinking from a tin of paint, a sign next to an empty wooden pallet saying free firewood, which confused me as it wasn't clear if all the firewood had been taken or if the pallet was the intended firewood, and towards the end of my journey, a hen. Thanks, Soda. Okay, following my precognitive answer last week, confusing man Ben Stutley provides the relevant question. I shall now reveal his inquiry and respond with the answer to the question he will be asking next week. Please try to keep up with this lunacy. Ben writes, "My burgeoning collection of realdoll.com friends are suffering from wear to their contact patches during enthusiastic playtime. In addition, the new AI model has begun to complain about being cold. What should I do?" Well, the experience of stepping in a dog shit can be maximized with a little attention to detail. Here's how to do it properly. First contact with the shit should be made with the heel of your footwear, and there are several reasons for this. Firstly, the weight transfer to your leading foot will not yet be complete, and as a result, you will slip forwards on the shit, and possibly to the side. This will afford you a brief but exciting moment of peril. Secondly, the tread on the heel of the shoe is likely to be deeper, and the shit will be much more difficult to remove towards the end of your experience, giving you more time to enjoy it. Thirdly, the heel is slightly more awkward to wipe on the ground due to its proximity to the ankle. The next step you take with your shitted foot should ideally incorporate some small bits of gravel, ensuring further strides will be gritty and lopsided. And the next step but one should ideally be onto some leaves, if available, which will stick to the canine bum rubbish. 99 times out of 100, several leaves will then be hanging out at the side of your shoe. Try not to notice them for as long as possible. Other people will see them and realize immediately what you have done. At this point, congratulations! You have done everything to the best of your ability, and, God willing, you still haven't noticed. With any luck, fate will have you enter a carpeted shop or a friend's home. Upon leaving the premises, you will notice a clump of leaves and gravel smeared shittily near the doorway. When seeing this, you will think, someone stepped in a shit. Your fleeting moment of amusement will be interrupted by a feeling of suspicion, and you will examine the bottom of your shoes. It is precisely at this moment you will smell the shit, and the horror of your predicament will descend upon you. This signifies the peak of your experience, and your day is now ruined. The next stage of the activity is cleanup, but you didn't ask about that, and I don't wish to talk about dog shit all day. Thanks, Ben. I look forward to your question about this in the next episode. Consistent Nutcase, HP Bifter, writes, You set a trap for parcel thieves at Snake Mountain. How do you utilize the following items? Well, I would really only need 2 of these things. An electric fence to corral the intruders and keep them within radius of the second item, the bag of Beastman piss, which I would rig to explode if approached. Alternatively, I would deter thieves by displaying this photo of a horse made from greasy duck meat. Thanks, Bifter. K-Dog Broadcasting asks, How would the serpents of Eternia deal with that waste of plastic and bendy straws known as Globulus from Cobra La in G.I. Joe? That's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Is there a less embarrassing picture? Oh, okay, that's better. I wonder where he keeps his bollocks. I also wonder when G.I. Joe started taking acid. Soldiers and military, fine. Snake men, what a silly idea. What was the question? Stephen Gray has a seemingly obvious and yet seldom asked question. He asks, Does Bigfoot have a big foot? Well, certainly his right foot is quite large by any standard, but it is more or less in proportion to his body. However, he has a disconcertingly small left foot. By rights, he should be called Littlefoot, but it's not my responsibility to name any cryptid whose existence is not supported by science. Thank you, Stephen. Alex James has been doing his homework. He asks, Did you train as an Olympic diver before becoming a master of sorcery? Yes, I did. I practiced falling from height into water for about 7 months in 1975. My preferred method of entry was the belly flop. Unfortunately, this is not an approved technique. Nobody thought it helpful to warn me of this, and so I practiced the method exclusively for the duration of my training. As a result, I did not qualify for competition and was robustly humiliated by Sharon Davies and Duncan Goodhue, who, at the time, both frequented the kiddie pool. Thanks, Alex. Finally this week, a question from Thompson Hereford Farm, who asks, Would you ever consider stealing Monkeyboy's spotlight and doing a toy review segment on your show? Thank you, Farm. I like your style. However, I approve of the motive, but no. I am more than happy to continue gatecrashing his channel and sabotaging his videos, but I am unable to review toys myself, as I don't have any because I am no longer 7 years old.
Skeletor,
What, Spirit of Whiplash?
Monkeyboy is 47.
Yes, and it's embarrassing. Disappear quickly.
Yes, Skeletor.
Okay, that's a wrap for this week. We hope you enjoyed the show, and if you did, we would appreciate a thumbs up. If you'd like to further support the channel, please share it on your socials, and let's see if we can get to 400 subs by Christmas. Right, thanks for watching, and until next time, get out of my sight before I beat you!